forward. $25,000. Do I hear dirty? The voice of the auctioneer was fast, and the suspense built as the bidding got higher and higher. Yes, I said. $30,000 from the black-haired gentleman in the front. 40, a voice behind me said. $40,000 from the man in the back. 45, I said. $45,000. I couldn't see who was bidding against me, but when the auctioneer finally arrived at $50,000, I decided to stop bidding. To my surprise, so did the person behind me. The auctioneer yelled out, "Number 27, you win the bid." I was number 27. I won. I was bidding to name a commercial version Atlantic plane. Yes, I know that may sound pretentious, but it was for a great cause. About 12 years before writing this, I was at one of Richard Branson's charity events. I had met Richard several years earlier when a friend and I raised a lot of money for his charity Virgin Unite. At this charity event, I had decided I'd go all in. Richard was paying all the bills for the charity, and 100% of the money we donated was going to help those who needed it most. Well, the gentleman 3 tables behind me had come to the same conclusion, which is why it was going to cost me $50,000 to name a plane. After I won the bid, Richard stood up and proclaimed, "Why fight over it, boys? I'll give it to both of you for $50,000 each. It's all going to a charity." The person who walked up on stage with me and who was bidding against me was a young man who looked 10 years younger than he actually was. His name was Russell Brunson. It was the first time I had actually met him in person. What a charming guy he was. There for the same reason as I was, to help people in need. There were people in the room that day who were super famous, a lot richer, and way more well known than both Russell and me. But he was the guy who left a mark on me. I didn't really get to know Russell until a few years later, but when I did, I realized he was one of the most humble, smart, ambitious, energetic, and authentic human beings I'd ever met. What most impressed me was how he talked about helping entrepreneurs grow faster. He talked about them as if they were his children, and with an authentic excitement. That's very rare in our world today. Russell's focus was never on how much money he was going to make, or how big his business was going to be. He always looked through the lens of how to help people go faster. He took that energy and passion and confounded a company called ClickFunnels, which has revolutionized the way people use the internet to turn their ideas into sellable products and services. Russell has truly given people a faster way to make an impact and profit from their ideas. Russell's passion drove ClickFunnels to become one of the fastest growing software as a service companies of all time, creating massive impact on tens of thousands of lives around the world. The overwhelming success people have gotten from using Russell's software and trainings is unprecedented. But that's not the only reason you need to read this book. The global economy and how we consume products and information has already changed drastically and will continue to evolve. Those who don't have the necessary skills and capabilities to sell their products and services, to market their brick and mortar company, or to create funnels that brings customers to their doors, will be left behind. I'm not saying that to scare you, but understand, I'm not just taking a wild guess. I see it coming, and I have the same passion Russell does. I've been blessed to be in a self-education industry for over 22 years. I'm a multiple New York Times best-selling author, and I've been able to start 13 companies that have generated over $1 billion in sales. These opportunities have positioned me at the edge of this world, and I can see the change coming. Is there any worse feeling than being left behind? Russell Brunson's passion for helping you avoid that feeling is why he wrote this book, and my shared passion is why I wrote this foreword. This book reveals the most cutting-edge way to drive eyeballs to your product or service to help people find you. There's a classic movie with Kevin Costner called Field of Dreams. It's about building a baseball stadium in the middle of nowhere. The movie is great, but it sends a bad message to people welcome simply by something being built. Unfortunately, too many people in business have taken the concept literally and have decided to run their businesses that way. They think if they build the best product or service, invent the best widget, create the best mastermind, or write the best book, the world will just find it. They think that as long as they build the best product or service, people will just show up to buy it. The reality is they won't just come. Unless people know that you exist and you give them a compelling reason to come find you, they aren't coming. Without good marketing, your ideas will just be that, good ideas. Imagine looking back when you're 80 years old and feeling like you just dabbled with 20 different great ideas, but never really made the impact you desired. It doesn't have to be that way. Russell's expertise is massive, and he uses all of it in this book to expose the new way to drive the right people to your product, service, idea, company, mastermind, or book. He's giving you a secret that no one has revealed in this way before, and he does it in a simplistic manner that makes his reasons easy to observe and understand. He reveals exactly how to drive traffic to your business, product, or website. This is one of those books that, if consumed and applied properly, could be a game changer for your life. By the time you're done reading this book, you'll understand so much more clearly why certain online companies are thriving and why others are struggling. You'll understand why the business you started in the past didn't get the results you had hoped for. You might also realize the reason why you're always doing so well and learn how you can do even better. The world has changed, and for those who don't know how to pivot, a life of struggle may lie ahead. Or less dramatic but equally sad, yours could be a life, a purpose, unrealized. A life in which you don't tap into your next level and you never reach your full potential. In this powerful book, Russell Brunson opens his heart and shares the tactics and strategies necessary to make sure you reach your full potential. Hold on tight and discover what it's like to profit, make an impact, and create a company with momentum that thrives in today's world. Dean Graziosi.